Good morning, ceramic friends. Today we are going to learn how to attach two pieces of clay together. So first you're going to get a little ball or kind of square like this. When it's dispersed, you're going to split it in half and you're going to make two pinch pots from this. So like we practiced the other day, this clay is straight out of the bag, so it is actually pretty plastic, which we're lucky. So I'm just rounding that one out and rounding out this one as well. Tools that you're going to need are going to be the slip, which I have freshly mixed for you, scoring. You have your options. We have forks that are available. We have needle tools, which are preferable. And then we also have these serrated ribs. I don't know if you can, yeah, there you can see serrated ribs. So you can use those to score. And then when we're smoothing and blending, you're going to want to use what's called a plastic rib. And I'll be demonstrating that as well. And then of course for cleanup, blending tools too, we'll use this part to actually blend to make that seam line go away. And bucket of water and sponge for cleanup. All right, so let's get started. So we'll start with our first pinch pot. I'm gonna stick my thumb in. Yes, I have nails, and that's gonna be a problem, so I might wanna use my knuckle. Those of you who have nails might wanna use your knuckle at first. I'm gonna try to keep the rim going around thumbs inside. We don't want the rim to get too thin. And at some point, you're going to want to reinforce this rim. Seeing this is coming out, so you're going to go for kind of like a mushroom head or like a miniature pinch pot. Okay. Want to reinforce the rim? All you have to do is take a little bit of water, turn it around there. When you open that up, you'll see the rim is pretty even. Right here, I'm going to wet my tool and I'm just going to blend out this because I don't like that at all. And those of us with nails, we have to do a little bit extra work. Those of you who don't have nails, you have nothing to worry about. All right, so I have my one pinch pot pretty much ready to go. I can also take the rib like this to do excellent job of smoothing. This is one of my favorite tools ever. And we'll set that to the side. Then we're going to do another pinch pot. This time I'm just going to focus on knuckle, kind of go around. And then as I'm pinching, I'm just gently kind of going around. Don't want to make it too wide, but because my nails are as they are, it's going to be a little bit, so normally it would be more cylindrical. You can collar it, which means you can kind of push down if you want that to be a little bit more bowl-like. You can do that. And I'm going to go in and smooth and then make short work of that. Nice and smooth inside there. I don't want that. Try to keep your insides just as smooth as possible, because if you decide at some point to cut into your pieces, you don't want the inside of your pots to look all raggedy and whatnot. You want them nice and smooth and ready to go, just in case the viewer is looking on the inside. So I'm going to quickly kind of reinforce this rim a little bit. Just spinning it kind of on the table. And I can see it's a little bit uneven by this standard, so that's something that will have to be addressed at some point. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to score, and I'm going to use this serrated rib. And I'm just going to go around, and this creates my hatch marks for me all ready to go. Same thing on this side. I am ready to attach. Now, these are still very plasticky, so if you want to let them rest for a few minutes, you might want to do so, because they will kind of move around and whatnot. But for our purposes now, I'm going to add the slip, which you can see is lovely yogurt-like consistency. I'm going to apply it with my fingers. Some of you will prefer to do that with a paintbrush. Some of you will do it with your fingers. It really doesn't matter. I'll just be pretty generous with it. Don't be shy, because this stuff is, again, our glue that helps keep things together. All right, and I'm just wiping my finger off on the sponge. And then we're going to gently kind of press and blend. So what I'm doing is I'm just really putting pressure, using pressure on my thumbs to kind of pinch and squeeze this. Here we go. Just going around. Initially, this is what I'm gonna do. And then if I can kind of start eliminating that seam line, I'm going to because that is one thing that for craftsmanship purposes, you definitely, I don't want to see any seam lines ever. Sometimes if there's a deep inlet, you might want to take a separate piece of clay and just make a tiny little coil and pinch it, or what I like to call Botoxing it. It's amazing things what cosmetic dentistry, cosmetic surgery can do. And then I'm just going to kind of roll it around a little bit, and you notice there is still air inside, so I'm going to be cognizant of the air that's inside there. And I'm just going to go around and do this initially, and then take my rib to kind of scrape off any excess. Now, if we were to leave the air inside, and let this get kind of leather hard, we can. If we forget, eventually the air that's inside, as the clay is shrinking down, the air that's inside isn't going anywhere, it's going to expand. So as clay shrinks, air expands, cracks happen. And because this is still porous material, that the air will find a way out, and it will pop this open. So we want to make sure that we've attached and given it a little air hole at some point. So we're pretty good. Just going to roll it around a little bit, and we have our fantastic little ball. So this is what you're going to show me today. You're going to show me that you understand the concept of taking two pieces of clay and scoring and slipping them together, and then you're going to attach them to a piece. If you choose to, you're going to be able, after you've shown me that you can attach, you're going to be able to cut it open and add things to it, and then possibly attach it to a collaborative sculpture that all the students will be doing. Okay, so that is that. If we were to leave it round, like you have a plan that you're going to just leave it round, then you'd want to add a hole so that air can escape without doing much damage. And I would prefer that if you're doing that, then you're going to do that on an area that is not to be seen. So all you need is one little hole like that in order for that air to be able to safely escape, and you can maintain your round ball. But when you're attaching it, I don't ever want to see the air spot. I want that to be incognito, disguised. Like, for instance, I would suggest making this part of the mouth or the eye or something, but not just blatantly there like a behind or whatnot. So you kind of hide that, always want to hide that area to be incognito. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back with another video shortly.